Alright, let's get real for a second. I worked behind the scenes in casinos for years, fixing machines, walking the floor, watching people win, lose, and convince themselves they were just one spin away. And after a while, you stop seeing luck. You start seeing patterns. Every single night, I'd watch two types of players walk out those doors. One group, smiling, drinks in hand, still holding most of their money. The other group, broke, confused, wondering how the lucky machine turned into an ATM for the house. Here's the twist. The first group never touched certain machines. Not once. And the second group, they fed those things like pigeons at a park. Now, I'm not saying you can beat the casino. You can't. But you can stop handing it your paycheck faster than it already takes it. So here's the countdown. From number 9 to number 1, the 9 slots smart players and ex-employees never sit at. And don't skip ahead, because number 1 is gonna mess with your head. It's not loud, not flashy. It's actually the simplest machine on the floor. People walk right past it thinking it's boring, and that's exactly why it drains wallets better than any other. Alright, let's start at number 9, the one that screams your name the second you've got a drink in your hand.
Number 9. The party slots parked next to the bar, the DJ booth, or that crowd of bachelor party legends yelling over each other. Congratulations! You found what we used to call a wallet grinder. Casinos don't stick machines there for atmosphere. They do it because drunk or distracted people hit spin faster than anyone else. You're not counting credits, you're not thinking about the math, you're vibing, chatting, tipping the bartender, and every spin you take in that mindset, that's house money in motion. These machines aren't generous either. They're tuned tight, high volatility setups that pay rarely but make noise constantly. The lights flash, coins clink, the screen says winner, and you just got $8 back after burning 40. The whole point is to keep you feeling like you're on a streak, even when you're tanking. I used to watch regulars at the bar side rows. One guy I'll never forget. Nice dude. Tipped heavy, always laughing. Every Friday he'd show up, sit at the same machine, and feed it 100 after 100. He thought it was his lucky spot. We pulled a performance report one night. That exact machine had one of the lowest payout rates in the building. The lucky spot was a money vacuum with lights. Now a smart player move. If you're there for drinks and fun, cool, enjoy it. But if you actually want to make your cash last, move away from the noise. Head for the quieter zones, the ones near the poker room or the back walls. That's where casinos put the higher return machines to keep their regulars happy. Noise is for tourists. Quiet corners are where locals win time, not jackpots. Number 8, the shiny new hyped up machines. See that brand new slot with the massive screen and the new game exclusive to this casino sign glowing like a UFO? Yeah, keep walking. Those are what we called revenue rockets. They're fresh out of the box, cost the casino a fortune, and for the first few months, the only thing they pay well is the electric bill. Here's why. When a new machine hits the floor, it's hot marketing. Everyone wants to try it. The house doesn't need to make it generous. They could set the payback at 88%, and folks would still line up because it looks exciting. I remember when we rolled in a superhero-themed slot. People were taking selfies with it like it was a celebrity. Week 1, it was packed 24/7. By the end of the month, that single machine had earned more than any other row combined. When we opened the back-end numbers, that thing was holding 13%, way higher than normal. Basically a legal pickpocket. After about 3 months, once the crowd stopped caring, corporate sent in an update and the hold percentage quietly dropped a few points. Suddenly, the cold machine started paying more. Not luck, strategy. Now, a smart player move would be, if a slot looks brand spanking new, don't be the test dummy. Wait it out. Let the early crowd feed it for a while. When the buzz dies, the casino has to sweeten the odds to bring players back. Play the older machines tucked in the middle rows. Boring screens, plain sounds. Those are the ones quietly giving better returns. Remember, new in a casino doesn't mean hot. It means expensive for you. Number 7, the bonus frenzy machines. These are the carnival rides of the casino world. Explosions, 15 buttons, 7 jackpots, a cartoon yelling double bonus every 10 seconds. They look like fun, right? That's the point. They're built to trick your brain into thinking you're winning constantly. You'll hit a mini win every couple spins, 75 cents, $1.50, and it feels good, but your balance keeps dropping. Just slower. It's like getting tapped out in slow motion while the screen throws you a parade. I once watched a couple play a bonus wheel slot for almost an hour. Every time they hit a feature, they'd high-five like they just bought a house. When they cashed out, they'd gone through nearly $400 and walked away with 68. The game made sure they they never felt like they were losing, even while it bled them dry. Here's the dirty secret. The more features a slot has, the lower its average payout on regular spins. Those bonus rounds aren't gifts. They're paid for with the money you don't win between them. Now, a smart player move would be before you even sit down, hit the info button and look at that pay table. If it looks like an IKEA manual, bail. The simpler the setup, the more honest the math. Bonus-heavy machines are there for noise and flash, not fairness. Real pros go for clean, easy-to-read games where every win and loss makes sense. Number 6. The hot machine that just paid out. You've seen it. Somebody hits a jackpot, cashes out, walks off glowing, right after 3 people swarm that chair like it's holy ground. They're thinking that machine's hot. It's paying today. Yeah, no. That's the oldest fairy tale in the building. Every slot runs on what's called an RNG, a random number generator. That thing doesn't have memory, emotion, or a sense of momentum. Each spins a coin flip on a different planet. When a jackpot drops, the game doesn't go, okay, time for a cooldown. And it sure as hell doesn't think, I'm hot right now. It just spins again, totally blind. I used to laugh watching people race each other to that lucky machine. One night, a guy hit $900 and left. 5 folks took turns on it for the next hour. Every single one walked away broke. The machine didn't get cold, it just did what it always does, take back more than it gives. Casinos love this myth because it keeps players chasing ghosts. The crowd around a jackpot keeps the room buzzing, and while everyone's chasing that hot seat, the real winners are quietly sitting 2 rows over, playing their own game without the circus. Now, a smart player move would be, don't fall for the hot or do nonsense. If you like the game's vibe, fine, but play it because you want to, not because somebody else got lucky. You can't time randomness. You can only control how long your bankroll survives. Number 5. The penny slots that aren't really pennies. People love these things. They see 1 cent and think, hey, low-risk fun. Man, if I had a nickel for every person who thought that, I'd own half the strip. Here's the setup. Penny slots don't actually let you bet 1 penny. They make you play 30, 50, sometimes 100 lines at once, and each line takes 1 or more credits. You press spin thinking you're betting 50 cents, you're actually betting $1.25, maybe $2. Then you wonder why that 50 you started with is gone in 20 minutes. And it gets worse. Penny slots are usually programmed with the lowest RTP on the floor. Casinos know they're catnip for casual players, so they can tighten them up and nobody notices because the bets feel tiny. Meanwhile, $1 or $5 slots, the ones you're scared of, often pay several points higher over time. I'll never forget a regular named Lydia. She'd come in every Saturday with $60 and play the same cute kitty penny slot for hours. She thought she was stretching her money because it said 1 cent. When we pulled her favorite machine's data, it held 14%, meaning for every $100 played, the casino kept 14. That's brutal. Now, a smart player move would be always check your total bet before you spin. If it's over $1, that's not a penny slot anymore. If you like low-stakes play, find quarter or 50-cent machines instead. Same chill vibe, way better odds. Penny slots are the casino's cutest scam. Number 4. The branded and celebrity machines. You walk in and see Elvis, Game of Thrones, The Walking Dead, or maybe some 80s rock band plastered across a slot screen. You think, man, that looks fun. And sure it is. But behind that pretty face is a math problem that hates your wallet. Here's how it works. To use a famous brand, the game company has to pay licensing fees, sometimes millions. The casino's not eating that cost. It gets baked right into the game's payout percentage. So that cool-looking slot with the movie theme, it might pay back 91%, while the boring one next to it pays 96%. When I worked maintenance, those branded machines always had the loudest soundtracks, biggest crowds, and the worst payout stats. They're entertainment, not opportunity. You're paying extra for nostalgia. It's like buying a $20 t-shirt at a concert. You're not paying for quality, you're paying for the logo. I once watched a guy camp out at a Kiss World Tour machine for 4 hours because he was a superfan. The man spent $400, hit every bonus, sang along to the music, and walked away grinning with 85. He didn't even care. He paid for the show. That's fine, as long as you know what you're buying. Now, a smart player move would be if the theme makes you happy, set a small budget for it. Call it your fun money. But for actual playtime, stick with unbranded classics. No licensing tax, no celebrity markup, just the straight math. The flashier the face, the stingier the wallet. Number 3. The entrance and aisle machines. Ever notice how the brightest, noisiest slots are right near the doors you walk in, and there's a row of machines screaming "Big win" with lights bouncing off the floor? That's not random placement. That's marketing. Casinos set those up as window dressing. They want you walking by thinking, wow, this
this place is hot tonight. So they put machines that look and sound busy right where you'll see them first. But here's the secret. Those aren't designed to pay. They're designed to perform. The goal is to keep the energy up, lure new players, show off fake action. They'll often tighten the odds on these machines because they don't need to be generous. There's an endless supply of curious people walking past. You don't need good math when your machine's getting non-stop foot traffic. When I worked at a Vegas casino, we had one machine by the front fountain, looked like it was always going off. People swore it was lucky. We'd see tourists sprint to grab that seat. The machine was set to a 90% return, one of the lowest on the property, but it sounded like a jackpot every 10 minutes. It was basically a slot machine version of clickbait. Now, a smart player move would be avoid anything by an entrance, walkway, or escalator. Walk a little deeper into the casino where it's calmer, quieter, fewer people passing by. Those tucked away machines are competing for regulars, which means slightly better odds. In a casino, distance from the door equals value for your dollar.
Number 2. The community and link machines. You've seen these, the giant setups with several seats, one shared bonus wheel, a big screen showing everyone's wins. People love them because they feel social, like you're part of some team effort to hit that bonus. But here's the dirty truth. Group games spread your luck thin. Every time someone hits a feature, it looks like you almost did. The machine flashes, everyone gets hyped, but it's usually just one small payout divided across players. It keeps you emotionally invested longer, even though your actual return is lower. These community slots run on pooled mechanics. They're feeding one shared bonus pool, which means part of your bet goes toward the group, not your individual odds. That's fine if you know it, but most players don't. They see all the excitement and assume it's better value. Back when I worked floor tech, the linked banks were gold mines for the house. They'd fill up faster than anything else because people thought they had extra chances. In reality, they just had extra reasons to keep spinning. Now, a smart player move would be, if you're after fun, sure, sit down, enjoy the show. But if you're chasing time and value, solo machines are better. The fewer shared features, the less you're subsidizing other people's spins. Remember, teamwork is great in poker, not in slots. Number 1. The simple machine nobody touches. All right, this is the one I teased since the start, and honestly, it surprises everyone. The number 1 machine casino veterans avoid isn't the loudest or the newest or the craziest. It's the quiet, old-school single-line slot that looks like it came straight out of 1985. You know the one, metal frame, one pay line, no bonus rounds, no animations. Looks harmless, right? Feels honest, even nostalgic. But here's the kicker. Those machines are relics, and the math on most of them hasn't been touched in decades. They're not fair old classics, they're black holes with a coin slot. Back in the day, when everything was coins and handles, casinos could get away with tighter odds because there was no data transparency. Those old models stuck around because they're cheap to maintain, and they feel trustworthy. Casinos love that psychological trick. Players assume old-fashioned means honest. It doesn't. It means outdated, low return, and no modern regulations forcing disclosure. I knew one in the back of a Reno casino. Beat up chrome sides, tiny screen, locals treated it like some lucky charm. We ran diagnostics on it during maintenance. 88%. 88. That's basically robbery wrapped in nostalgia. And that's the twist. People avoid the fancy machines because they don't trust all that new tech, but it's the simple one, quietly draining them dry. Now, a smart player move would be, don't let nostalgia blind you. If it looks ancient, ask to see the game's payback rate, or just walk away. Modern video slots, not the crazy themed ones, just the standard ones, usually sit in the mid-90s for RTP. Old single-line relics, they'll rob you with a smile. All right, let's sum it up. Being a smart player doesn't mean you're paranoid. It means you're aware. Casinos aren't evil, they're just in business. They build every machine to keep you spinning longer. And the ones we talked about, those are the worst offenders. So here's your quick cheat sheet from a guy who's seen the floor from the inside. Skip the barside party traps. Don't be the first to test a new slot. Ignore the bonus fireworks. They're fake victories. Never chase a hot machine. Don't fall for the penny slot illusion. Stay away from movie star machines. Avoid entrances and walkways. Be cautious with community setups. And never trust a machine just because it's old school simple. You can't beat the math, but you can beat the design by not playing their game the way they want you to. So next time you hit the casino, keep your head clear, your bet small, and your seat far away from the noise. Remember, the house always wins, but the smart ones get to enjoy the ride.